Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to all Gemakwath out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This is a response to a video that the Elder Manata Zakba out of GMS, South Carolina made called "The CIA and FBI are monitoring the Hebrew Israelites right now." And hashtag Jacob's Trouble, hashtag persecution. Now, this is a link, I'm guessing, to what is the original video here. I'll probably go ahead and put that in mine below. And you can go ahead and see it. Bible Stories 24 hours. And yeah, man, a lot of interesting stuff here. Okay, a lot of interesting stuff here indeed. It's true. And I like this comment here. GMS Inland Empire says, agents, spies, false allegations, women, nothing can separate us from Yahweh Bash and Yahweh Shai. Loving this. And it's true. That's a great script. And I'll probably come back here and grab some of the comments from the comment board, just because there's a lot of edification going on for sure. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Now, I got two up. I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing because it's like 20-ish minutes. But, I'm actually, it's 7 minutes in. I'm actually go and get the actual video here. Just 7 minutes in, so I'm gonna go and show you right here. This is the video here that the brother made the lesson on. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it play, and we'll pause it as we see fit, I guess. All right, as if something comes up, all right, if something stands out. So here you go.
CIA and FBI. Iran reveals CIA and FBI are monitoring black Israelites right now. 1. Iran's shocking discovery: U.S. intelligence agencies are watching black Israelites. The revelation that U.S. intelligence agencies, particularly the CIA and FBI, have placed the black Israelite movement under intense surveillance has ignited widespread debate and speculation, raising profound questions about the nature of state power, historical narratives, and the limits of religious and civil liberties. According to Iranian intelligence sources, American authorities perceive the movement as a potential destabilizing force.
Absolutely.
Justifying covert monitoring and infiltration.
See, the reason is they're worried because them being revealed as the Edomites and the oppressed being revealed as the so-called Negroes, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being revealed as the Israelites is destabilizing. It completely throws off this picture that they've spent years painting, all right, ever since the Renaissance period, the rebirth, right? They went and did rampant amounts of iconoclasm. Look that word up. All right, destroying icons and what's the word I'm looking for? Religious frescoes, right? And they're still out there. And then the campaigns, the slander campaigns, the lying campaigns, as far as like, oh, these pictures here aren't representations of black people biblically, or so on and so that. This picture was from so and so time, and it's gone black. All right, the paint has turned black. Well, why is it that all the pictures from the Renaissance period didn't turn black? Why didn't they turn brown like all these, like the other ones? Why is it that like a regular picture didn't turn black, but the religious ones did? Okay, why is that? Why is it these ones turn black? No. Well, what about all the pictures of just like, I can go and look up medieval art, okay, and I can go and look and go to images, and I can go and look and find this picture. That's not black, okay? That hasn't turned brown. All right, what about this? This hasn't turned brown at all. They still look, leprous to me. What about these ones? These ones haven't turned brown. This one hasn't turned brown either. This one hasn't turned brown. Why haven't these turned brown? How about these? Why isn't this brown? And why is this one not brown either? Here's another one that doesn't seem to turn brown. Neither this one, neither this one, neither this one, neither this. Oh, look. Some are brown, some are not. Why did only some turn brown and some turn not? Why did none of these other photos turn brown? you got to think, you know, it's the lies, man. It's the lies that these devils do, and we just got it the other day. I'll get it again. Forger of lies. This is Job 13:4. It says, "But you are forgers of lies. You're all physicians of no value." Now, I usually get the regular, like, Webster's definition, but I want to go see what forger means here. So, goes back to this word, what is that? Tapal or tafal, okay? And now it says to smear, to plaster over, to stick or glue. Figuratively, to impute falsely. To impute falsely. All right, what does it mean? What does it mean to impute falsely? I'll just give just a regular intermediate. What does it mean? To impute falsely means to wrongly attribute or assign something, such as a quality or an action or responsibility, to someone or something. So wrongly attribute something to someone. Okay, for example, you know, else they have imputed falsely that they're the Israelites. All right, they've assigned our qualities, all right, to them. It says it involves making an incorrect or misleading accusation or assumption about a person, group, or situation. The term impute generally refers to the act of attributing something, particularly a fault or responsibility, to someone. When it's done falsely, it means the attribution is based on incorrect and fabricated information. So there you go. Explain like I'm 5. All right. To impute falsely means saying someone did something bad when they didn't. It's also just bearing false witness. So it could also be, but yeah, well, it's not necessarily the same word, but to forge, okay, to forge, to impute falsely, to bear false witness, to forge, all right, to sew up, to make up, right, to make, all right, to fabricate, okay, to fabricate, to make something up. That's what it means to forge, all right? If someone, you know, what is the term, what does forging lies mean? Okay. Forging lies refers to the act of deliberately creating or fabricating falsehoods with the intention of deceiving others. The word forging typically implies crafting something with care and effort, often with an element of skill or intent, such as forging metal or documents. In this context, it suggests that the lies are not merely spontaneous false statements, but they are carefully constructed or crafted in a way that is convincing or deliberate. Boom. Call all Yahweh Shemiao Shai. That was an excellent definition, right? So they if I could speak, Slovakia, they carefully craft these things, right? That's what they do. You know, as we're gonna get, let's get oh yeah, let's get 2 Corinthians 2:11, and we know this, right? We know this, right? I almost forgot we had this here, but yeah, we know this, that they come up with these crafty little lies. All right, that's what they do. They sit there and they fabricate. All right, in their secret councils, as we're gonna grab a little bit later. So 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, "Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." We know, all right. And the thing is that this type of video here, we report on it, all right, and the elder reported on it, but neither of us or anybody that watches this video are surprised. This is not something that comes as surprise to us. Now it is what I say, edifying. Let's see. Come on. Not edify. It is I guess it is edifying. The video is, there's a word I'm looking for. It is edifying. The word man, I just can't think of the word. It is affirming, I guess would be the best word. All right, affirming, meaning
Affirm.
all right, to state as a fact, assert strongly and publicly, to declare, all right, to pronounce, all right, to guarantee, to certify. It is, affirming of our beliefs, all right, that, that they were doing this, but we already knew they were doing that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai through Bible scripture, all right? We know what they're doing. But these type of videos are affirming and I guess you could say encouraging, all right, knowing that, yep, this is in fact what's going on. We already knew, but it's like, I don't know, it makes you feel warm and bubbly inside knowing that, that seeing these devils, they're being revealed, right? I don't know the word I'm trying to express here, but hopefully that explains it. So let's continue on.
This assertion invites deeper reflection on the motivations behind such scrutiny, the extent of governmental intervention, and the broader philosophical implications of knowledge, control, and state authority. While Iran's claim may be shaped by its own geopolitical agenda, the mere suggestion that a religious community rooted in Black identity and biblical heritage is being watched so closely by the U.S. government rekindles long-standing concerns about surveillance, racial politics, and the mechanisms through which dominant powers seek to regulate historical discourse.
Well, yeah, see, it's
Black
like
Israelite movement.
You see, it's like the brothers always talk about it. It's if this was anybody else with this movement, it wouldn't be an issue. It's an issue because it's so-called black people, right? So-called Negroes, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's problematic. Okay, it's problematic when the oppressed start finding out who they really are, why they're being oppressed, who the oppressor is. That's problematic. They don't like that, all right? And really, it was in Esau's interest to suppress this truth as much as they could, but they couldn't do it. It slipped out, right? They tried as much as they did, no avail, all right? Because if the Lord wants his truth to go out, it's going to go out. But they never wanted this to slip through the cracks, right? They wanted this to go away. That's why they did all the iconoclasm, right? That's why they called themselves the Jews. That's why they painted the Jews as white people. That's why they put their names. That's why they put Jesus. That's why they did all these different things and put, another thing was speaking on, that whole Jesus identity with putting Caesar Borgia, or the Borgia family, putting him as the icon and the image, all right, of the Son, all right? It's all part of their agenda, all right? It's all part of their plot and brain control, mind control to get you to worship them, all right? Nobody else. They want everybody in power to look white. As even Muhammad Ali talked about this. He said everything Muhammad Ali, everything black is bad. All right. Here you go. It's part of their brain control, really. It's really part of their psyop, I guess you could call it. There's another word I'm looking for, but struggling with words I'm looking for today. So here you can see, it's all part of their agenda to make you see everything good is white and everything bad is black, right? So here you go. Listen to what Muhammad Ali had to say.
I always ask my mother, I said, Mother, how come is everything white? I said, why is Jesus white with blonde hair and blue eyes? Why is the Lord's Supper all white men? Angels are white, Pope. So I said, Mother, when we die, do we go to heaven? She said, naturally we go to heaven. I said, well, what happened to all the black angels when they took the pictures? I said, oh, I know. If the white folks was in heaven too, then the black angels were in the kitchen preparing the milk and honey. So anyway, I was always curious. I always wondered why. Tarzan is the king of the jungle in Africa. He was white. And the angel food cake was the white cake, and the devil food cake was the chocolate cake. The president lived in the White House. Santa Claus was white, and everything bad was black. The little ugly duckling was a black duck, and the black cat was the bad luck. And if I threaten you, I'm gonna blackmail you. So Mama, why don't they call it white mail? They lie too.
There you go. There you go. So, it's all part of that whole, making you have an identity crisis, Jake. All right, and having you see everything good be white, right? And they're not even white; they're red, and you're not even black. You're brown. All right. See how that went? And Jake out here still, I'm black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, and I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. Hey, cause I'm black and I'm back. All right. That's the movement that Jake is still on with that black shit, man. You're not black, you're brown. This side of the screen is black. Are you that color? No, not even Matumbo. All right, Ugawaka. All right, is that black? He's not even that black. God damn, nobody's that black. All right, not even Michael Blackson is that black. All right, Michael Blackson. You can see him. He's not even that black. Look at him, and he's always making jokes about how dark he is, and he's not even. Look, he's not even this color. He's not even. You can go and get the Queen of the Night. Her name, model. All right, she's close, but the other thing is that you got to know about her is that she touches up her skin. If you ever go and look at her, try not to show her too much because I think she's married, but sometimes she acts crazy in these photos. What I'm trying to show you is, god damn it. Well, it's her fault for posing like that, but if you go to her Instagram, I guess her name is Naomi or Nikeem Getwich, and you can see in photos, Slovakia, trying to prove the point here. She's not, you know, she goes in. I think some of her photos are touched because some photos she's looking like this. Some photos she's looking like this. And some photos, let me try one that's not. And some photos she's looking like this. And you can even see there's brown sheen in there, man. There's brown sheen in there. So even she is not this color. This one, it's close, but it's still, you can see brown in there. Right under there, you see brown in there. All right, there's brown. It still ain't that color. That's what they would consider blue-black, though. But she's pretty. She's gorgeous, but she's not as dark as it would make her out to be. All right, and she's a model, so Slovakia. I'm pretty sure something I'm saying about her being married or whatever. But if you're putting yourself out like that, you're basically a prostitute anyway. But so nobody's the color of, you know, well, obviously not that, you know, your phone screen when it's off. Nobody's fucking that color. All right. Some people might get close, but they're still brown at the end of the day. So no, you're not black, and they're not white. All right. They're not the color of these letters. There's nobody that's that damn pale. Even dead bodies aren't even that pale when all the blood is out of them. So no, you ain't. You are red. You are pink. All right. And pink is a color of red. Right.
It has long on.
Pink is a shade of red. Okay.
And the mechanisms through which dominant powers seek to regulate historical discourse. The Black Israelite movement has long occupied a space of fascination, controversy, and misrepresentation. At the core of its belief system is the assertion that African Americans, along with other people of color, are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites.
Some of these pictures are ridiculous, but you know.
This claim challenges conventional Judeo-Christian teachings and Western historical narratives, positioning the movement as both a religious and socio-political force. Over the past several decades, Black Israelite communities have gained visibility in urban centers across the United States, drawing adherents through teachings centered on identity, spirituality, and historical justice. For many followers, the movement is not merely a theological framework, but a radical act of reclamation, a means of restoring a lost heritage and resisting systemic oppression. In their view, the recognition of their lineage is not just an abstract intellectual exercise, but an existential awakening, one that empowers African Americans and other marginalized communities.
It's not African Americans, but yeah, it's an awakening. It's the truth. It's not, you know, what they're trying to make it out to be is, oh, it's just a religion. It's not just a religion. It's a heritage. All right. It's deeper than that, right? It's uncovering who we as a people truly are.
To redefine themselves outside the constraints of a Eurocentric historical paradigm. Given this transformative ideology, it is unsurprising that the movement has attracted both admiration and scrutiny. Supporters regard Black Israelites as truth seekers who challenge historical inaccuracies, while detractors, including some mainstream religious institutions and government bodies, frame them as a radical or subversive force.
I wonder why that is. Why is that? It's almost like they threaten All right, they threaten their livelihood. All right, it's like, you know, us existing threatens them, because that whole lie, man. If that lie is really dismantled, it's over. It's over.
According to Iranian intelligence reports, U.S. authorities have designated the Black Israelite movement as a high-risk group due to its growing influence, its engagement with historical revisionism, and its potential to mobilize disenfranchised communities in ways that disrupt existing power structures. Iran claims to have intercepted communication.
Let's go back. What did that say?
Visionism, and its potential to mobilize disenfranchised communities in ways that disrupt existing power structures. Iran claims to have intercepted communications and reviewed classified documents indicating that American intelligence agencies have deployed a range of covert strategies to monitor and control the movement. These strategies allegedly include the use of informants, digital tracking, and psychological operations.
PSYOPs, all right, digital tracking, informants, all right, and psychological operations. So, you know, we're not stupid. All right, we already knew what you got going on. All right, again, 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know what you do. We already knew. All right, and we know you set up certain, you know, Israelite groups. All right, we already knew that, and certain people within those groups. All right, and in GMS, you know, not that I'm a part of GMS, but that's who I learned from. I recommend you do the same. The bosses even said they know that there's, you know, a mole. There's moles amongst them. All right, but they're gonna get found out, and they're gonna, you know, look, if you're not sincere, you eventually fall out anyway. You can't control it. It's not something you can fight. Okay, the Lord will spit you out of there. All right. So Jude 1:4, we know that there are certain people that come around us and call themselves convening with the around the Hebrew Israelite community, and, you know, acting like they're one of us when they're not. They're just a mole. They're just an informant, right? Jude 1:4, for there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord Yahweh and our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, or Yahushai Hamashiach. Talk him. So yeah, we're again going back to, you know, the verse, which, what was 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians? It was 2 Corinthians. You know, we're not ignorant. Okay, we know what type of little games you got going on. As a matter of fact, Project Megiddo. Okay, Project Megiddo. Okay, Project Megiddo. This was from 1999. You don't think they've gotten it deeper than then? You know, that they haven't infiltrated further and, you know, done all these different things? Absolutely they have. So Project Megiddo was a report researched and written by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, under Director Louis Free, released on October 20th, 1999. The report named followers of white supremacy, Christian identity, American militia movement, Black Hebrew Israelites, and apocalyptic cults as potential terrorists who might become violent in reaction to the new millennium. So there you go. Now, you might say, oh, well, fuck it. And I say, oh, it's mostly dealing with, you know, extremist groups, blah, blah, blah. But, well, first of all, they label us as an extremist group when we're not. Secondly, why do they name it Project Megiddo? It's white supremacy wasn't the big focus. Christian identity wasn't the big focus. It wasn't American militia movements. What the big focus was, it's right in the name, Project Megiddo. And the report began, for over 1,000 years, Megiddo, a hill in northern Israel. Why is that? Why is that? Has been the site of many battles. Ancient cities were established there to serve as a fortress on the plain of Jezreel to guard a mountain pass. As Megiddo was built and rebuilt, one city upon the other, a mound or hill was formed. The Hebrew word Armageddon, or Armageddon, means hill of Megiddo. In English, the word has come to represent battle itself. The last book in the New Testament of the Bible designates Armageddon, or Armageddon, as the assembly point in the apocalyptic setting of Yahweh's final and conclusive battle against evil. The name Megiddo is an apt title for the project that analyzes those that believe the year 2000 will usher in the end of the world and are willing to perpetuate acts of violence to bring the end about. Okay, so they were, they were watching back then, all right, and waiting for that, that year, the Y2K, that year 2000 thing to pop off, all right. And you don't think they got more tabs now on the Hebrew Israelites? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, man. They're watching us like hawks. They're watching us on our computer screens. They're watching us on our phones. They're watching, and they're watching us everywhere we go, man. Don't even be surprised if they send some of the customers at your work are actually just agents, man. There's one guy that comes to my job that I wouldn't be surprised. I laugh with him and talk with him, but I really wouldn't be surprised if he's just, an agent, because he's strange. All right, there's strange people. They're there. They show up at weird times, right? They're just, you wouldn't really be surprised. They could, and it sounds crazy to say, but yeah, they could be having people go around. Oh, this person's here and here. This person makes videos on the internet. Send someone in to go and buy some drinks or buy this or do whatever, and then move on and keep on. Ask them questions when you're there. Ask them how they feel about this, or ask them how they feel about that. All right, and keep on keeping on with all that. So that's how it is, man. It's we're not ignorant. All right, we know what these devils got going on. We know not all of it, but we know they have plans. So let's continue on.
Designed to discredit Black Israelite teachings. Iranian analysts suggest that the FBI and CIA have long viewed racial and religious movements with skepticism, particularly when those movements challenge dominant narratives. Historical precedents, such as the FBI's COINTELPRO operations in the 1960s and 1970s, designed to undermine Black activist groups like the Black Panther Party and the Nation of Islam, offer a chilling historical parallel, reinforcing the idea that intelligence agencies would perceive the Black Israelites as a group worthy of surveillance. The fundamental question, however, is why the U.S. government would regard a religious movement, one centered on self-determination and spiritual revival, as a potential national security threat. Iranian sources speculate that the Black Israelite movement is being monitored not because of any direct threat of violence or insurrection, but because of its capacity to reshape historical consciousness and challenge institutional authority. By asserting that African Americans are the true Israelites, the movement calls into question dominant religious and historical frameworks, including those that underpin Western Christianity and Jewish identity. This epistemic disruption is not merely theological, it is deeply political. If knowledge is power, then the ability to redefine one's historical and spiritual identity carries with it the potential to reconfigure existing social hierarchies. From the perspective of U.S. authorities, such a shift in consciousness could have profound societal consequences. A movement that encourages Black Americans to see themselves as a divinely chosen people, distinct from mainstream religious institutions, might inspire greater political activism, resistance to assimilation, and a reevaluation of historical allegiances.
Yeah, and it's also becoming
large segments.
It's also, information's being revealed through it, right? Bear with me 1 minute. Sorry, I had something stuck in my tooth. But yeah, information's coming through it, right? On a large scale way, information about, all these, like Black Wall Street coming out more, stuff like the Tuskegee experiments, all right, stuff like the Greens Negro Motorist book. These things were all known, but these things are being brought out, in a modern era now, in full force, right? The book, all the stuff from the Jim Crow era, the like the postcards and all that stuff, the Mammy dolls and all that different types of stuff like the African Dodger, right, hitting the N-word baby, all these different little games and stuff, and realizing how recent these things were, and also the information coming out, and lies being revealed, how they say, oh, they don't have DEWs, and then brothers gonna make videos on how there are DEWs, or they say, oh, well, this didn't happen, and then the brothers go and make on videos that, oh, this did happen. That's not helping their agenda, it's hurting them, and it is causing, you know, an issue for these Edomites. Okay, it's you know, and their power is already lacking. All right, their blessing is wearing off. Their society is completely failing. All right, and yeah, so this movement, this awakening of Israel, of returning and knowing who they are again, is very, very problematic for the not only just the Edomite, but for anybody that's down with American society, because the awakening is, you know, when everybody awakes that needs to awake, the elect, then that means, hey, it's time for judgment to come in a large scale, being Armageddon, and, you know, the Lord's going to completely destroy this place, World War III. All right, horrible. All right, of course, after Jacob's trouble, which is going to be bad for Jacob. All right, hence the name. So, yeah, it's something that they definitely are trying to not let out of their reach, but it's already done, man. It's already too late for them.
Of the African American community begin to question official historical narratives and seek alternative religious and cultural affiliations.
Yeah, because there's a quote, I believe, by Voltaire, or whatever his name is, who controls something, controls history. Who controls the past controls the future. That's not it either. Let me see. Quote that says something along the lines of, he who controls the blank controls history.
An unpredictable variable into the nation's social fabric, one that intelligence agencies might interpret as a potential destabilizing force. Moreover, the movement's emphasis on self-governance, economic independence, and communal solidarity could foster the development of insular communities operating outside traditional societal structures. Such autonomy has historically been met with suspicion by the U.S. government, as evidenced by the extensive surveillance of Black nationalist movements, civil rights leaders, and even religious organizations like the Nation of Islam. Iran contends that these concerns have driven American intelligence agencies to initiate systematic surveillance efforts designed to monitor, infiltrate, and potentially neutralize the Black Israelite movement before it gains broader traction. Here
it is. I guess the full quote was, he that controls the present controls the past. He who controls the past controls the future. That's by George Orwell's 1984. All right, which is ever so relevant. All right, as we keep getting further and further into this thing, because yeah, that's what they really want, is full control like that.
Iranian intelligence claims to have gathered information on these covert operations through a combination of cyber warfare, intelligence sharing with U.S. adversaries, and leaks from whistleblowers within the American intelligence community. Tehran, which has long invested in cyber espionage as part of its broader geopolitical strategy, asserts that its analysts intercepted internal FBI memos categorizing the Black Israelites as a high-risk movement due to their religious ideology and increasing popularity. Additionally, Iranian sources suggest that disillusioned former U.S. intelligence operatives have provided insider information detailing the scope of surveillance efforts. These whistleblowers reportedly leaked documents outlining FBI and CIA strategies for tracking Black Israelite gatherings, monitoring their online presence, and embedding undercover agents within the movement's leadership structures. If substantiated, these claims would reveal a troubling pattern of religious and racial profiling, echoing previous intelligence operations against Black-led movements in the United States. Yet the question remains, why is Iran so invested in exposing U.S. surveillance of the Black Israelite movement? One possibility is that Tehran seeks to expose what it perceives as American hypocrisy regarding religious freedom and civil liberties. The U.S. has frequently condemned Iran for its alleged human rights violations and restrictions on religious expression. Yet here, Iran presents a counter-narrative that portrays America as a state that surveils and suppresses religious groups.
You know, Tehran is probably like, oh yeah, keep fucking with us. All right, because a lot of these people know, all right? They know. All right, Ishmael over there is probably like, keep fucking with us. All right, keep trying to, you keep on fucking with us. We're gonna tell we're gonna really say what you've really done. All right, we know what you're doing. All right, we know that you're suppressing this. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right, keep it up, E. Watch what we do, man. All right, and Esau's losing it, man. They've billions of dollars have been lost now with this whole trade fucking war that Trump's got going down. Countries are backing out. You got places like Greenland, Denmark, Canada, all of the EU, Australia, right? All of those areas, and even more, that are saying, fuck you, don't buy American, buy local, buy from Canada, buy from the EU, buy from anybody but these fucks. Fuck them, let them crash and burn, right? That's what's being done right now, and it's fucking hilarious. Okay, all online I see, they're making new labels for grocery stores over there that let you know, hey, this is an American product. All right, don't just warning you. All right, or they'll have specific labels that'll have this is local. All right, this is local. Buy this, and then other stores are just flat out removing American products in general. All right, where you can't even get them anymore. All the American alcohol is gone. Everything else American gone, completely removed. All right, Americano is being removed from the cafes. All right, they're calling it different names now, which is funny because Americano was a mocking term for Americans anyway. All right, they like to watered down espresso. All right, that's why they call it an Americano. It was a watered down espresso. But yeah, so it's just hilarious watching Babylon fall. It really is. It's fucking hilarious. It makes you want to kick your feet on the edge of a bed like a teenage girl, right? So these guys, that's what they do. They lie. All right, that's all they ever do is lie. Okay. So another one I wanted to get was Psalms 10 and 7, but what do we got in 5? Yeah, we got to get 5 as well. So it says, Psalms 10 and 5, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. All right. They're saying, oh, I'm never going to be in hurt. I'm never going to be in a bad way. Well, look, you're already suffering as it is, towards this end, man. All your plots are getting revealed. All right, you try to throw a sheet over, the little secret hut that you got going down, and the sheet gets pulled back. You try to go over here, you try to shoot an arrow, and it gets shot right back at you. We're gonna get that in just a minute. We're saving the best for last. Not that any of the other scriptures are great, but that's the big highlight for this lesson, and that's what our closing point. But yeah, man. So in Psalms 10 and 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So I'm curious, actually, what this has to say in the Good News translation. So Psalm 10 and 5 through... Actually, I'm going to get 8 too. It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. So, and the poor, poor of this world, rich in faith, that's dealing with the Israelites. He's set against the Israelites primarily, right? It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. So, there you go. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. There you go. You think you're gonna, these devils, it's just pride, all right? The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Right here. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's how they talk, right? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, the eagle. Wonder if that's in reference to something. It absolutely is. And look at all their coinage going back to the Romans on up. All right, that's their thing, the eagle. It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. The Lord's going to bring these people down. So Psalms 10 and 5 through 8, in the Good News translation, says, The wicked succeed in everything. They cannot understand Yahweh's judgments. They sneer at their enemies. They say to themselves, we will never fail. We will never be in trouble. Their speech is filled with curses, lies, and threats. They are quick to speak hateful, evil words. They hide themselves in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They spy on their helpless victims. Kind of weak, but, that's what they do. That is absolutely what they do. All right?
It deems politically inconvenient. Furthermore, Iran has historically aligned itself with movements that challenge Western hegemony, particularly those that critique Zionism, colonialism, and systemic oppression. Given that some Black Israelite factions reject traditional Jewish identity claims and espouse anti-Zionist positions, Iran may see an opportunity to leverage this ideological stance against Israel and its Western allies. By bringing attention
like
to
the
US
brother said in the video, you got to watch out for that, because they might try to, being that Iran is an enemy of America, they might try to, pull off some shit where they try to say that we're communicating with terrorists. All right, replace that G with a T, or that we're domestic terrorists. All right, and replace the first G with a D, and then do the same thing with the other G. All right, and put that with a T. So domestic terrorists, right? So that's what they might try to say. We're not in it with the fucking Ishmaelites. They're dirty, filthy heathens too, right? No one's collaborating, or what's the word? Collaborating, or there's another word, with Ishmael. They're not us. They're not like us. They not like us. They're still not Hebrews, man. Well, they're not Israelites, right?
Operations targeting Black Israelites, Iran could be attempting to weaken America's moral authority on issues of religious freedom and civil rights, particularly among African Americans and other historically marginalized groups. If Iran's allegations contain any truth, they raise urgent ethical and political questions about governmental overreach and the suppression of religious movements in the United States. The surveillance of Black Israelites would not be an isolated incident, but part of a broader historical pattern in which intelligence agencies target groups advocating self-determination and alternative historical narratives. The implications extend beyond this particular movement, touching upon fundamental debates about freedom of religion, state control over historical discourse, and the extent to which intelligence agencies should be permitted to monitor domestic movements that challenge the status quo. At a time when discussions about racial identity, history, and power are more charged than ever, the notion that the U.S. government is actively tracking a movement centered on Black identity and biblical heritage will likely provoke further scrutiny. If Iran's intelligence services have indeed uncovered verifiable evidence of such surveillance, the U.S. government may soon be forced to confront difficult questions about its treatment of religious and racial minorities within its own borders. Questions that, much like the historical narratives at stake, have the power to reshape public consciousness and redefine the very nature of state authority itself. 2.
And that's the end of that first point. So there you go. But yeah, that comment down there reminded me of something that in 1958, President Nasser of Egypt, right? He said, I have a picture of it. Says, second president of the United Arab Republic, formerly president of the Republic of Egypt. The Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. The late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television, you, the Jews, will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black but came back white. We cannot accept you. 1952. So you left black, but you came back white. How? Because you not the people. You not the people. You not like us. You not like us. So there you go. Right? The Jews will never be able to live here in peace because they left here black but came back white. Because you're not the people. You lied. You lied. Right? And that's another reason you don't want this coming out, because, you're a liar. What else do we have? It is Israel that is trying to avoid black and original true Israelites from entering the central stage. It's true. The elites know the end is coming. It's true. Your arms are too short to box with the Most High. Take it up with him. Absolutely. I agree. What else do we got? Scattered four corners. It's true. It's true. Too late. Can't stop it. It's true. Sounds like someone's very frightened and very worried about this truth coming to pass. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is true. It's very true. I'll save that. See how long I have until they delete the video off the face of the earth. But, yeah, man. So that's what they do, right? And finally, this we're gonna close out with. All right. Psalm 64. Okay. And I actually might close out with some of the scriptures on the comment board, but Psalm 64 and 1. All right, this is a prayer for deliverance from secret enemies. The chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. All right. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. I'll continue on and we'll get this later. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They encourage themselves. You know, they get off on doing evil things and coming up with evil plots and schemes, right? It says they commune of laying snares, you know, things that could stumble and trip men, right? Privately they say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities, it's wickedness. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. You know, they're going to try to shoot someone with an arrow, and, you know, then they're going to be wounded. It's like the whole thing that happened with Kanye. They tried to, you know, demonize Kanye, but all it did was end up revealing that, you know, every time you do speak out about these small hats, that you get canceled. And then people are like, wait a minute, what he said was the truth. And he's talking about the Israelites. What are the Israelites? And because of that, there was a pretty big awakening and a lot of traffic that happened at that time. You know, if you watch the videos from the live camps from back when that happened, Edomites were stopping by the camps in droves. They were looking and saying, oh, wow, what is this? This must be the stuff that, you know, the talk of the internet's about, and Kanye and all these people must be talking about. And because of that, a fair share of Jake probably woke up through that whole situation, right? That's not what they wanted. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of them and every one, and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Oh man, these are small hatters, man. Nope. They were right. All right, he was right. You know, if you talk about these people, you know, you get your channel taken down. Why is that? You can say what you want about us and your channel doesn't go around. You can say what you want about the Asians and your channel doesn't go around. Say what you want about the Africans and your channel doesn't go down. Say what you want about the Arabs and your channel doesn't go down. Why is it when you talk about the Ish people that your channel goes down? Why is that? All right, because they're the ones that control everything. We don't control everything. Ban them. It's interesting, right? You completely prove the point that was being made. It says, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. So there you go. That's how it is. What is a secret counsel of the wicked? All right, I want a simple response. A secret counsel of the wicked refers to a hidden group or gathering of people who plan to discuss bad or evil actions in secret. The term suggests that these individuals are working together behind closed doors to plan things that are harmful, immoral, or dishonest. The word wicked means their intentions are evil, and secret counsel means that their plans are kept hidden from others. In simpler terms, it's like a group of people secretly meeting to discuss how to do bad things away from the public eye. Bam! There you go. That's what these devils are doing, man. These small hatters, 1948ers, these big league banking families, all right, Rothschilds, all right, Vanderbilts, all right, all these different people, all right, that's what they're doing, all right. So yeah. So 2 Corinthians 13:8, for we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. It's by Yahweh to 1. What else do we got? We got let's see, I'm just going to ones that stick out to me. It's great. What else do we got? Let's see, Isaiah. This is Americus Deville. Isaiah 47:13. It says, "Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee." All right, ain't gonna work. Let's see, what else do we got? Yeah, we got that one already. Let's see. This is heavy. All right, GMS Tanzania says this is heavy. It's true. It is heavy. 13 Hopeful Elect 71 says, good. That means they are listening to their own doom that's on its way. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. There you go. What else? Old news, Rex 84 and Project Megiddo. Yeah, but you know, it's known, but this is a different development. Okay, this is a different development. Okay, this is it's the same, but different. All right, there's new development. It's a new develop. You know, it's like yeah, we all know that Ben and Jerry's makes ice cream, but sometimes a new flavor comes about, right? Or sometimes they change a new flavor or something along those lines, right? So yeah, this stuff is known, but you know, with Tehran being involved and stuff, that's not something that was necessarily known. All right, and don't, you know, there's different developments, so it can still be edifying. So don't, you know, just doesn't mean that's old news. All right, so I don't know, and it's make sure you're coming in the right way, because that just sounds like you're trying to be a dick or an asshole on that point. Not that you are. I'm not accusing you are, and slacky if that's not the case. But it just sounds like, you know, the way you wrote it, like, oh, this is old news. And no, we've been new. No, that's why the lesson was being made on it. All right, this doesn't take anybody by surprise at all. But yeah, man, so the CIA, the FBI are modern and Hebrew Israelites right now. It's true. All right, so I recommend you go ahead and watch the brother's video as well. Excellent lesson. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to figure out what I might just call it response to the CIA and FBI are monitoring the Hebrew Israelites right now. I don't know. We'll see what we got. But yeah. So that's a lesson, though. All right, we're going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Till next one, Lord willing. Shalom.